Hello and welcome to the Jayce YouTube channel. So glad that you're here. What I want to talk to you today about is if you're a leader in any capacity of your life, whether you're leading, maybe managing at a job, or maybe leading family members, or leading in church or some nonprofit or what have you. All of us at some point, if you're a leader, you're going to actually have to give input to how to challenge people to help them grow. So if you want to learn how to better do that, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you want other videos like this, like and subscribe, comment down below, share the video, because we're going to be doing more and more of these videos as time goes on. So depending on your personality, you might really like to critique people and challenge them, or you might really hate, challenging someone and pointing out something that needs to be improved. And what's really important is if you're leading is motive. Because if the motive is just to tear someone down, that's probably not a really healthy motive for leadership. But it should be to help that person grow and thrive. I know as a parent, I have to challenge my kids from time to time, but I do it because I love them. I want them to grow into people who are healthy adults, and also because we are believers that I want them to love God and love others. And so it's something that has to happen. But sometimes we don't like conflict. And sometimes we even lie to ourselves and say the reason why we don't like conflict is because we don't want to hurt people. But the truth is, if we can't have tough conversations, as Timothy Keller says, it's probably a sign that we love ourselves more than them. Because if we love them more, sometimes the most loving thing we can do is tough love. If someone's going through something and they keep making the wrong decisions, being able to share with them the right direction, it's something that might be needed. And so as a leader, again, we are sometimes called to do that, but motive matters. So I want to give you a principle that will help you be able to bring about levels of correction or direction. But I want to read a couple verses with you right here. Proverbs 9:9 says this: "Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be still wiser. Teach a righteous man, and he will increase in learning." 1 Thessalonians says 5:11, "Therefore encourage one another and build one another up, just as you are doing." So what we have here is both we are called to give direction to people, and that the person who is wise will continue to be wiser. Proverbs also says that it is a fool who basically won't listen to counsel. It's foolish to think that we know more than we think we know. But also highlights here in 1 Thessalonians that we are to encourage one another. And here's the principle that we see in Scripture. We are to bring correction and counsel to people, but also to encourage them. So again, speaking to motive matters. So here is a practical way that you can help correct someone. And it's what we call the sandwich model, or sometimes people call it the Oreo model. It depends, I guess, if you like sandwiches or if you like cookies. But basically, you start off with something that's a positive. You start off by acknowledging them and encouraging them and affirming them. And then in the middle, you actually bring about the correction. You are really great. You are a great encourager. I love the fact that you're on time. I feel respected because you show up on time. However, there's this one issue is that it takes you about 3 or 4 days to respond to an email, and that's kind of holding up the rest of the team. Or sometimes when you don't show up, we don't know that until the last minute. So that's something that we would like to see change or be different. So you highlight something encouraging. We love the fact that when you're here, you're on time. We love the fact that you're encouraging. We love your smile. You bring a lot of energy to the team. However, it's been difficult to depend on you lately because you often don't show up and we don't know about that until the last minute. And then the third layer is, again, affirm. So it's kind of like, look, we love your energy. We love the fact that when you're here, you're on time and you improve the environment of the team. However, you often don't show up and we don't know that until the last minute. But the one thing I want to acknowledge is that, and I've always appreciated about you, is that you're very teachable. It's something that I feel like we can have this conversation. So you highlight something that's positive, you bring about the correction, and you highlight a positive. And the reason why you do this is to help care for the person, because by nature, we will hear the negative more than the positive. So we've got to hear the positive, because otherwise all we'll focus in on is the negative. Also, what's important here is motive. This is not like a trick that you use to manipulate people. It's something that's important to be authentic. Don't just make something up that you have to say they do well that they don't. That's not helpful to anybody. Actually take the time to find out how you can affirm this person. And granted, sometimes we work with people, maybe it's harder to find those things. And for other people, it's very easy. But for those who's even harder, sometimes that can even be helpful to be like, you know what, let me take the time to think about this. How can I affirm them? And sometimes in that process, it can help us to actually appreciate them more in some of the things that we might not have taken the time to think about. So again, our hope as a leader is to help grow them. Our heart's in the right place because we want to see them grow. But part of that is to also bring about correction when things are off. How we do that? Affirm them, bring about the correction, affirm them again. And if you do that as a leader, you are more likely going to be able to have a better response from the people you lead, and they're more likely to receive it. Sometimes people will not receive correction, and there's not much you can do about that. All you can do is be responsible for how you communicate it, not how they respond to it. All right? So there you have it, one way that you can bring about correction with someone that you're leading. If you have any questions, comment down below. If you want more videos like this, let us know, comment what kind of videos you'd like to know, what's an area you'd like to learn more from. Post, comment, share, like, subscribe, and let your teams know if you want to pass this along to other leaders so they can learn as well. Spread the word. Hope to see you guys around. More is to come. Blessings.